Welcome to Orthodox Review, the most uneducated educational program on the internet today. I'm your host with a cigarette. Thought I was going to be done with this before the music, but anyway. It is the Nativity fast. So what says fasting like poisoning yourself live on the internet? Excuse me. That's enough of that. Back to the vape. How we all doing, folks? I right off the bat, I got to tell you, I don't know how the microphone is going to sound to y'all tonight. I did as much testing as I possibly could. Something's wrong with G-Hub. It's whatever. I had to like get into the microphone with my pliers and like get the connection good. It's just, oh boy. You know what? If that's my biggest problem today, I'm doing okay. But it's not my biggest problem today. We're not here to talk about my biggest problems. We're here to talk about our Lord God and Savior Jesus Christ and the books inspired by him. So, checking in with the chat. Hello, everyone. God Emperor. Yeah, you think you won. We haven't even started the giveaways yet. We got a ways to go. We've got... Okay, so... okay, usually I wait until I actually have physical copies of things to give away before I do giveaways. Now, I scheduled this. It's planned out, and I... had this planned out with David from Legacy Icons and St. Ignatius Orthodox Press, but David's a busy guy. He's got a lot of irons in the fire, a lot on his plate. Little old me, I'm not exactly at the top of his priority list. He did text me the other day and apologize for being tardy. I told him, tardy? You're doing me a favor. So even though I don't have product in hand to show you on camera, don't you worry. We are going to give away some Anthologions or something. Pretty much whatever he sends me, you're going to win. I don't know what it is, but when it comes in, it's yours if you win. But as advertised, I got to say, and I'm kicking myself for this, folks. I'm kicking myself hard, as hard as I can, because when I started the polls for the giveaway, no one knew there was going to be a giveaway. I was like, okay, we're going to pick the audience's favorite prayer book. And the idea was... give away my personal copy of said prayer book, which giving away a personal copy of anything kind of, it's hard. But I figured, for you guys, no problem. So I was thoroughly convinced that Little Red was going to win. So I was like, okay, well, I can give away several copies of Little Red to runners up because that's $7 a pop. You know, I could drum up a few bucks, right? So the Anthologion won. My personal copy of the Anthologion is not only first edition, but this is the financial backers version, which is a lambskin leather cover, so it's much more supple than the others. It's been lovingly nibbled on by Spooky Cat, and it's pretty well broken in. You can see which pages I used most. So at some point tonight, my personal copy of the Anthologion is going to go to one lucky boy or girl. But that's not all. So we're going to be giving away a few Anthologions, which have not arrived yet. The other big giveaway that we were going to do tonight, I have copies of the Ukrainian English prayer book published by the Archdiocese of Canada that were supposed to be here yesterday. And they're not here yet. If you're in the Discord server, there is someone in the Discord server that actually has a copy, posts a picture. It's absolutely beautiful. I cannot wait to get it on the show. But I've got like 6 copies coming, and I haven't even paid for them yet. I don't know how or when I'm going to pay for them. But the idea is I've set aside a copy for myself, 2 copies for giveaway. So that's 2, so we're going to be giving away 2 of those. And then the other 3, I'm going to have to sell to try to recoup the cost. But hey, that's how the cookie crumbles, man. Not everything in life is free. So, in addition to the giveaways tonight, we've got a lot going on. We're going to take a quick glimpse at the book dump of the week, which we've got, first and foremost, what everyone's been chomping at the bit over, the Orthodox Psalter from Cherubim Press, which, it's great. And there's already been people poo-pooing it in the Discord server. I gotta have to talk with you all about that. But Father Silvio also sent me a copy of The Meanings of Our Life in Orthodox Liturgy, which is actually a collection of talks he gave So I started reading that this morning. Good stuff. Antichrist, the fulfillment of globalization. This was given to me by my buddy Doug. This is from Uncut Mountain Press. I posted a picture of this. Just no caption, no hashtags even. A picture of this on Instagram, and people started going nuts about conspiracy theories. So I'm like, I'm still in the introduction. Okay, I get 1 day off a week, folks. Today's that day. Like, I don't have a whole lot of time for reading books, which is why you'll see at the bottom of the screen there, we want to go full time. You guys deserve better. I want to get these books to you. The show will go on. So the more support the show gets, the more time we'll have to produce the show, to read the books, to really give thorough, in-depth looks at the books. We'll have the time to read the books. So this is me begging. Tell everyone you know. Orthodox Review wants to be here for you. I did not mean that for that to rhyme, but hey, the more the channel grows, the more support the channel gets, the better quality the output will be, and the better quality the input will be. We'll be able to finally spend more time working on just books in general, and not just prayer books and psalters and stuff, which is my heart and soul. I love doing that stuff. That was the whole reason I started the channel. But like, there's more than that, and I want to bring more than that to you. I've got so many books that I've been slowly chipping away at that I want to do reviews on and share excerpts from. I just haven't had enough time to even finish one of them, and it's really really getting to me. So that's that. Okay, another one. I got a copy of the Liturgy of St. James from Newskeet. Now, yes, I know Newskeet's cringe. That's fine. But this is an approved Orthodox version of this divine liturgy. And this is according to the use of Newskeet. It's from 1996. And it's technically it's OCA. So now we've done the Divine Liturgy of St. James as published by Jordanville in the Rocor usage. Now, I ordered another copy of this from Barnes & Noble. It was like a print on demand. And it came today. Well, no, it didn't. The package came today. It was, I don't know, I left it in the other room. They accidentally sent me some, like, workbook for some diabetic foot cream? No, I'm sorry, arthritis cream, which, okay, granted, I do suffer from arthritis pretty badly, which is why I'm also looking to get out of the kitchen, because it hurts. But, so I've got to go, at some point, I've got to find time to go to Barnes & Noble and be like, please, may I have an exchange? And so that'll happen. Also, from St. Anthony's Monastery, I've got two here. I've got the eschatological hymns and homilies of Saint Ephraim the Syrian, which I haven't even opened this yet. All right. And then for free, it was a promotion they had going on, like with a qualifying purchase. You got this one for free, and it retails for $24. But it is Saint Macarius the Great, the 50 spiritual homilies, which I'm also looking forward to getting into. Now, St. Anthony's Monastery, they publish a plethora of these books, which are a fantastic alternative to the SVS printings of a lot of these, because these were actually translated by Orthodox translators and not like cringe Protestants or whatever. And last but not least, I finally got a hard copy of the Lorica prayer book. Now, a lot of people in the know that there's a PDF of this flying around. It's fine. PDF's great. It's print on demand. And when I got it in the mail, the size of it, I was so happy. I was like, oh, finally, someone that isn't printing like a huge book. And then I got into it, and I know the dude that put this together, and he's an awesome guy. And so I am going to reach out to him and let him know that the typeset needs to be reset just a hair, because it's tiny, which is really my only gripe here. It's a beautifully designed book, but we'll be getting into that during the show. I still have the reader's edition of The Departure of the Soul, which I haven't reviewed yet, because I still, yeah, I know I did the big one under this title, Delicious Toll House Cookies. That's the name of the episode if you're looking for it. So there's, yeah, like there's a lot going on, and I just haven't had time to do it. So my Christmas wish, ladies and gentlemen, is that we could go full time with this, even if just for a few months, so I can get this stuff done and get it out to you, and then I'll go back to slaving away in a kitchen somewhere and punishing my body because it surely deserves it. The other things that were sent to me by an anonymous person who I love to death, it's a good friend of the show. I got a copy here of the new Coverdale Psalter, which is beautiful lambskin leather. And it's no frills. It's just a really well-made Psalter. And I want to do an episode on that because we love Psalters around here. We love the Psalms, and it's really, really well done, really well bound. I haven't even looked to see where it was printed yet because I'm actually starting to be a little more conscious of where things are printed. First edition, September 2020, bound in premium goatskin, excuse me. Yeah, it doesn't say where it was bound, which is odd. Because, well, usually if it doesn't say, it's like it's either China or America. Pick one. Anyway, so like there's some cool stuff in there, and then the Anglican office book. And the reason I'm interested in this one is because it's like the breviary, only it's laid out a lot better. And I've started poking around in it. And actually what sets this apart, especially from other breviaries in the Western tradition, is that it has the entire Psalter in there separately from the rest of the book. That's one of the many, many things. But, I mean, as you can see, the typeset is just absolutely gorgeous. So we're going to be getting into that a little bit. What else is going on? And as advertised, tonight we are going to read the Kontakion on the Nativity of Christ. This is by St. Romanos the Melodist. Yes, that's St. Romanos. The St. Romanos who ate the scroll in the dream, woke up and was like, ah! And wrote all these amazing Kontakia, and is responsible for the bulk of the Tropari and Kontakia and these services that we have in the church. And so it's 24 stanzas, okay? So it's not terribly long. And this is also from Legacy Icons. Pretty much half the stuff we're giving away tonight is from Legacy. I'm hoping to get a few more copies of these for giveaway. I had a copy last time, and I sent it to my buddy Joshua over at JHS Pedals because he is an awesome guy, and I'm so happy to have him as a friend because we can talk about neat weirdo stuff. But yeah, I sent it to him because, man, why not? Anyway, okay, so oh hey Spooky. Mama Cat came home for like a day, and then my dopey roommate let her out after I specifically said, please, for the love of God, don't. And he's careless, but whatever. Wow, okay, chat's on fire tonight, folks. You know what? First, time to freshen up the sensor. Okay, so I had the charcoal heating up, right? I had it in front of the fan so I could get it good and toasty. And then I got busy trying to find that Carol of the Bells, because I love Carol of the Bells, and copyright free. I totally forgot about my charcoal, so it was half burned up by the time I realized, ooh, my incense. Incense we offer to thee, O Lord, as a sweet spiritual fragrance. All right, let's check in with the chat real quick. I'll answer some questions, and then we'll get into some stuffs here. Wow, okay, wow. Liking the outfit? Oh, thanks. Okay, so this shirt is from a company called Dixon with 2 X's. They do flannels pretty much exclusively, a few other odds and ends, but they do collaborations with punk and hardcore bands, as well as a few other things. So this one is their collaboration with Suicidal Tendencies, one of my favorite hardcore bands. And so the pattern was designed in with Mike Muir, the mastermind behind that, and as is the case with a lot of their line, he was the model for the actual picture on the website. And I fell in love with the design. And at a time when I had a little more money than I do, I still had to make payments on it. Yeah, I buy things that are under $100 on like paying for plans, because that's how POA is. But yeah, so it's cool. It's got like these little buttons to keep the collar down. It actually, so check this out. It has a little cloth in here, like a microfiber cloth built into it for like wiping your screen, your glasses down. And yeah, so it's a very, very nice shirt. I wear this one to church because I just think it's a really sharp shirt. Wow. Okay, there's so much. Okay, let me go back here through the comments, folks. I'll try to get to as many of them as I can before we get into the prayers and the other stuff. And I know I'm talking a mile a minute. I'm not on my meds anymore, so I'm a little hurt. But we're gonna make it through. Okay, let's see. Randy, happy feast of St. Ignatius on the new calendar. Is it? What's today? Yeah, so it is. St. Ignatius. What? I've got his icon right here. Well, I've got it over there too. I kind of like St. Ignatius. You sound fine. Oh, thank you, Alexander. Mic sounds good. I'm glad that everyone's happy with the mic sound. I keep running into problems where the S's are coming out too, like, you know, and it's just finding the right compression levels. I'm not an audio engineer, fellas. Let's see. Winter chicken dinner. Blessed evening. Good evening to you, honest patriot, wayward wanderer. Hello. You'll chip in to get a copy? Oh yeah, no worries. Oh yeah. I guess you're talking about that Ukrainian prayer book. Probably gonna wind up selling them shipped for about $50 a piece. But I'll probably do something. I'll do an episode on that, so that everyone knows what they're getting into if they decide they want to get a copy. Now, if this becomes a thing where more people want this in their life, I will contact them about maybe importing bulk. I don't know. We'll see. Which book is awesome, Joe? Luke, hello. Randy, hello. James, hello. Andy, hey. I have arthritis. Get so depressed being in pain all the time in this cold weather. You know what? Yeah, me too. No joke, I spent most of my day laid out on my bed with my heating pad on and moving it from like top of my back to the bottom of my back, to my knees, to my feet, to my knees, to my lower back, to my upper back. Just try, and then I'm on the chirp wheel. And okay, James says, dude, I struggle finding a Bible. The NIV and ESV are butchered scriptures. So much is left out. Yeah, the two I always recommend are the EOB New Testament. Because it's cheap and easy. It's out there. Plus, it's based on the patriarchal text. Or, honestly, the Orthodox Study Bible. People keep poo-pooing it, and poo-poo on you. The Orthodox Study Bible is fine. The Septuagint in there is fine. Everything is fine, okay? Unless you've got a better translation that you're working on, zip it, all right? And not for nothing, the hardcover's like, what, $35? Like, that's not bad. All right? If you need a copy, holler at me. I'll get some from the church bookstore. I'll mail them off. Orthodox Study Bible. Cheap and easy. You can get the Kindle edition for pennies on the dollar. Did you know that? I've got it on Kindle. I bought it years ago just so like I can access it whenever I want. Yeah, Orthodox Study Bible. Just go with that. All right? If you're just trying to read scripture, just go with that. Now, if you're trying to be a linguist and study, translation differences like I pretend to do, yeah, then you can go off and buy a whole bunch of different ones. But just get the Orthodox Study Bible, okay? I'm not yelling at you. I mean for it to go off that way. It's one of those things where like people always ask. It's like, oh, what's a good Bible translation? And then you mention the Orthodox Study Bible, and they're like, well, I heard blah blah blah. Well, you know what? I heard the moon's made of cheese. So yeah, I don't know what to tell you. Let's see. What about the link to obtain that Lorica prayer book? It's on Amazon. It's one of those Amazon print on demand things. But in a minute I will see if I can pull up the link for you, because and then I have to stop doing this but anyway, yeah, if you just look up the Lorica on Amazon, you'll find it. Alexander, I just want a Pepsi. It's funny. I saw a picture the other day, of suicidal tendencies, and Mike had a Diet Coke in his hand, and like the caption was something about like, "Oh, you liar," he still didn't get his Pepsi or something like that. I thought it was freaking hilarious. St. Romanos Hermitage, just visited. Beautiful. Oh, right on. That is cool, Alexander. Yeah, JHS name drop. Well, I did that video. I did that video for Josh Scott, and Senpai noticed me primarily because Joshua, who like runs their chats and everything, he does other things at the company. He and I struck up a really random friendship online several months ago, and we've been talking back and forth nearly every day because he's very interested in Orthodoxy and Orthodox prayer books. He's a Roman Catholic. He's of Latin American descent, so he's very into his faith, and he's a very faithful man. But he's very, very, very interested in Orthodoxy. So what I did was, I sent him my copy of the Svit from like 1954, was it, or 1960s? It was I think it was like a third edition. They're really old, but I sent him that, and he says he's been using it every day since. So like that's rad. Which also just made me realize the Svit is still a great prayer book. But yeah, so we've had this, just passing friendship, whatever. And we talk about guitar stuff too. And so when I made that video, directed at Mr. Scott about the Klon circuit and everything, he saw it and he was like, "I'm gonna forward this to him," and I'm like, "All right." And so lo and behold, like, he commented, he was like, "Oh man, I really appreciate your kind words, blah blah blah." I was like, it's to me, he's a celebrity, he's someone out of reach, and he's someone who inspires me. So to get that little bit of validation, like, oh wow, he heard what I had to say and he said thank you. That's you'll misty just thinking about it. It's very touching, Just want a prayer book, great content. Oh, thank you, Chad. Joe man. Oh, Joe, yeah, Antichrist, sure. Someone had recommended it to me, and I couldn't put it down. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of, man. I'm afraid that after this stream, I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna, have a cup of water and sit down with a book and never sleep. I have that problem sometimes. EOB is dope, Jeff. Jeff Nectarios, he's a parishioner at St. Basil's with me. And I might add that he has supplied me with no less than 3 different Orologians from the BizCath Uniate side of things. So when people ask me, "Oh, why don't you review them?" Well, I've seen them. They're on the shelf. I got them, but we'll get into that discussion a little bit because there was some controversy recently in the past 2 days over that. Justin, what's up, buddy? Randy, for casual reading and general study, the OSB works perfectly fine. It's the one I usually go to first. Yeah, same here. It's the one that I have on hand. My Orthodox Study Bible is laying on top of my bookshelf with a cross on it, because that's the one I use. And then on the bookshelf over there is all the ones that I reference if need be. Diet Coke, you hate to see it, right? And thank you, Randy, for that. Just got the portable size EOB. I keep it with me at all times. And it's great apart from the ultra thin Bible paper, which is to be expected. Yeah, but the one thing you'll note about that paper, and I actually mentioned this in the review, and the review was like 3 years ago, that paper was specifically sourced for that edition. So like, you're not going to find that quality paper anywhere else. The way it takes the ink, the durability, the texture, everything of it. So even though it's that thin paper, it's going to last you. I've beaten mine up pretty well, and it's holding up like a champ. I thought he might be ortho talking about the Dead Sea Scrolls. I think he's on his way. I don't know. Maybe he'll pop in tonight. Maybe he'll watch this. I don't know. I'll text him later and see what's up. Yeah, he's a married man, so maybe he's taking his time. Yeah. My parish bookstore has 2 or 3 Svit prayer books available for sale. Well, that's awesome, Richard. I wish my parish had a bookstore. You know what, Justin? Start one. My parish didn't really have one until some people got together and said, "Hey, we need a bookstore." So, all right. So now we've gotten through the comments. We're caught up. Let's do some stuff. Okay. Before we get into the Kontakion, let's do a giveaway. First giveaway of the night. This giveaway will be for an Anthologion. It will not be for my personal copy. We'll get to that one in a little bit, but we're gonna give away an Anthologion. Now we got to figure out how we're gonna give away the Anthologion. So let's see. Usually we do trivia, and I tried, folks, to come up with like some trivia questions and answers to play with this evening, and honestly, the pain kept me. So let's see. How are we gonna do this? Okay. Let's see who's quickest with their keyboards, huh? Because I know some of you are watching this on your phone, some of you are watching this at home on a laptop or maybe at work. So the first person that can type, and don't cheat and use voice to text, all right? Come on. You know what? Who else do we celebrate today aside from St. Ignatius? What other amazing saint do we celebrate today? First correct answer wins. Go! What other amazing saint do we celebrate today aside from St. Ignatius? First correct answer wins. And it's got to be the answer I'm thinking of, not the answer you're thinking of. Haha. Come on now. I know there's a lag, but lag ain't that long. Hey, Alexander, it is St. John of Kronstadt. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Alexander nailed it first. All right, Alexander, in case you didn't know, you got to email orthodoxreview@gmail.com with your information and proof that you are who you say you are. Let me write you down. Alexander Gosner. And I'm pretty sure I've got your address kicking around here somewhere, but whatever. Hit me up an email. All right. So that's one down. That's one giveaway down with many, many more to come. Thank you all for playing. We'll be here all night, folks. I've got books all over my desk. This is a happy problem. Trying not to knock stuff over. I'm also trying not to disrupt the microphone too much, because if I listen to this, yeah, not a pleasant sound. So I'm trying to avoid that. So I'm trying to be a little ginger here. You answered first, but you did not answer correctly because St. Daniel is not the one I was thinking of. But good try. Better luck next time, Sarah. Don't worry, I got you, girl. Okay, so let's get into the Kontakion on the Nativity of Christ. A Christmas meditation by St. Romanos the Melodist, provided... man, I should have made, put little flashing icons. This is brought to you by Legacy Icons and St. Ignatius Orthodox Press. Proud supporters of the show. They don't sponsor the show. They never give me money, but they do provide promotional materials. So, promotional materials brought to you by Legacy Icons. Thank you, David DeYoung. Okay, so here's the thing. I know you people don't have the patience for a whole book. Come on. I know you guys. You're just as scatterbrained as I am. So here's what we're going to do. I'm just going to read you the last one, because I think skipping to the end usually is not the greatest thing in the world, but when I was reading it earlier, I was like, you get to the end, maybe it's because I read it straight through, you get to the end and it's like, man, it smacks. But here we go. You know what? No. I got a better idea. Let's just read a couple, and then we'll talk, and then we'll read a couple more. How about that? All right? So here we go. And there's a prelude. And by the way, the use of the Orthodox clip art, beautiful. And by the way, if you're looking to buy one of these, they're only like a couple bucks a pop. They got a whole series of books like this over at St. Ignatius and Legacy. So yeah, I highly recommend it. Shout out to St. Nicholas. Oh, you're on the old calendar, aren't you? Anyway, so yes, the prelude. On this day, the Virgin bears the one who is above all things, and the earth presents a cave to him who no one can approach. Angels join with the shepherds, singing holy songs of praise, and the Magi on their journey follow the stars' rays, for unto us is born today, as a little child, the God before the ages. All right, 1. Bethlehem has opened Eden, come let us behold it. We have found delight in secret, come let us receive it. The joy of paradise inside the little cave. In it there is found the dry, unwatered root, whose blossom is forgiveness. In it there is found the well not dug by hands, from which David once longed to drink most deeply. In this cave, behold, a virgin bears a child, thereby quenching all at once the thirst of Adam and of David. Therefore let us run today unto the place where there is born as a little child, the God before the ages. And you have to wonder how this sounded in his native tongue. Now the mother's father at his will becomes her son. And now the infant Savior, as a babe, lies in the manger. She who gave him birth now contemplates him, saying, Tell me, O my child, how you were sown in me, and mystically were planted. You, my flesh and blood, the wonder I behold. How is it I, unwedded, nurse a child? And though I see you wrapped in swaddling clothes, the flower of my virginity is sealed and pure, and ere it was. For it was your perfect will to keep it such when you were born as a little child, the God before the ages. O highest King of kings, with beggars what have you to do? O Maker of the heavens, why have you come to us of earth? Did you love the cave, or revel in the manger? See, there is no place this night in Bethlehem for your most humble servant. Not a place, I say, but even not a cave, for that as well belongs to someone else. To Mother Sarah, when she bore a child, a spacious land was given, but to me, not even a fox's den. So I used the little cave, which you desired to make your home, as a little child, the God before the ages. So that's the first 3 stanzas. And I'm wondering, maybe we should try to find the music for this. I'm sure that it exists, right? We do sing this in church occasionally. As we go through the stream tonight, we'll continue on. But that'll be good for now. Let's check in with the chat real quick. And any questions or comments about the Kontakion, feel free to jump in. You know, we were up to like 30 viewers until we started praying, and now we're down to 11. So that's very telling. It's just a bunch of people arguing. Wow, this is Dumpster Fire City. So okay, so I guess you guys want to talk about some books, don't you? You guys want to talk about books. Let's talk about some books, all right? So let's get this out of the way. Can we talk about the Psalter for a second? Okay, so obviously I just started getting into it. I've not gotten through the entire book yet. I'm especially really wanting to get through the notes on this. But what I've gathered from this so far, and I want to address especially the one thing people have been poo-pooing about in the Discord server, and that is, drumroll, the fact that it's clearly stated, thank you, Breh, it's clearly stated that this is the first of 2 different editions that are going to exist, all right? This edition, for all intents and purposes, is a critical edition of just the text of the Psalms, okay? This is out there so people can have it, and, you know, it'll have their notes and everything in there. The second edition, which is forthcoming, will not have the notes. It'll be kind of a no-frills, but it will have the Kathisma prayers, which is cool. And people were complaining that there's going to be 2 different versions. This man's an academic, for starters. He's a priest. He's doing it alone, completely on his own, all right? This isn't even like, oh, you know, he's got like a team around him of maybe a half a dozen people or less. No, he's literally doing this on his own in his spare time, as a priest, okay? Anyone who complains, about a translation taking a while or waiting for new editions has obviously never done it before. I've tried. It's hard. It sucks. It's unforgiving. And I've never finished it. So, Father Silviu, blood, sweat, and tears into this. What I will say is that, first of all the books that come from Cherubim Press are all the same size. I love that. They would fit perfectly on the shelf. They're all bound beautifully. They're all printed in Romania. But also, what I like about the idea of the two separate versions is, like, it's great to have the notes in here. Like, okay, with the Erraticon that we have, it's 4 volumes. The first 3 volumes are the 3 services. The 4th volume is just the notes, and that's the thickest volume. Okay, so some people, I'm sure, would not buy the notes if they weren't stuck in with the Psalter. And for an edition like this, the notes are important. You know, because it's not just another translation. And one thing he points out in here, in the introduction, which I think a lot of us forget sometimes, is that most modern translations of the Psalters, the scriptures, are based on previous translations, previous iterations. They always use some other translation as their basis for form and cadence and everything. Even the beloved Holy Transfiguration Monastery, the Boston Psalter, is based on what is it, Jerusalem and the Douay Rheims. Okay, so like they are all starting from someplace. What is unique about this is the received text that is used in Simon Les Petres is what he translated. And he didn't use another translation as the basis for his translation. He started from scratch, word for word. And he actually goes into great detail explaining what that means for the translation and how sometimes the lines won't match up to the lines we know because of the way that codex, which is hundreds of years old, was written out, because there was no numbering. You know, it's like there's certain spaces and certain punctuations, and that's it. So it's actually like the introduction alone in this stuff is brilliant. I can't wait to get into the notes. But the point being is, yes, the second edition will be great because it'll have the Kathisma prayers, and we all want that because so many of you obviously sit around and read a monk's cell rule, apparently. I'm sorry, I'm being very uncharitable right now. Forgive me. But anyway, so that second version, it's not going to be a second edition. It's going to be like a different version. We'll have the Kathisma prayers. But for now, you know what? Familiarize yourself with the text, because as is stated, the way he translated this is not so that it flows poetically and rolls off the tongue, but that it actually makes you pray. For instance, yeah, that's right. I set the bookmark at Psalm 50 already. Let's read Psalm 50 from the Orthodox Psalter, translated by Father Silviu Bunta. I always feel weird saying his last name. Don't know why. Anyway, so yeah, so Psalm 50. Should I do top down for this? Should I put the camera down? Should we do that? Yes? No? Maybe? Nah. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Like, there's no way a whole bunch of people are going to jump in here like they did before. I don't have that much confidence in the show. Hey, if you want better content, more content, if you want this show to be everything you want it to be, consider supporting us on Patreon, becoming a channel member, a subscriber. There are many, 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 many ways that you can help this show be a better show. So that's that. Sorry, I've got to move some books around, and we're gonna go top down, and we're gonna do the thing. We're gonna do that thing we do, right? So first and foremost, we gotta get a camera set up, right? And then we gotta click some magic buttons. But first, let's get this back up in the air just a little bit. All right. And we'll get this over here. Point it down that way. We're almost there, folks. Check this out. And now we come over here and we click the magic buttons. And all of a sudden, boom, boom, there we are. And isn't it pretty? Okay, and so here we go. And I certainly hope the microphone sounds okay still, even with the moving around and knocking to and from and whatnot. So let's take a look at Psalm 50 and his translation and see how maybe it differs from other translations. Now, I will also mention that he notes that the Ephraim Lash translation is the only other true fresh translation of the Psalms, aside from Donald Sheehan, into the English language in the past, 100 plus years, hundreds of years. And he likes the Lash translation, but unfortunately it was incomplete. So big ups to David DeYoung and the reader Ken Dykstra at St. Ignatius and Legacy Icons for completing, or at least attempting to complete, his translation for their Psalter. But anyway, so that being said, let's see how Psalm 50, as translated from the Codex received on Mount Athos, is fresh translation by Father Silvio Bunta. Let's go. All right. Have mercy on me, O God, according to your great mercy, and according to the fullness of your compassion, blot out my transgression. So, first line sounds pretty normal, but then again, if you're used to reading Psalm 50 a lot, that's gonna roll off the tongue pretty easy. More thoroughly wash me from my lawlessness, and cleanse me from my sin. For I do know my lawlessness, and my sin is ever before me. Against you only have I sinned, and have done the evil before you, so that you are righteous in your words and conquer in your judging. For behold, in iniquities I was conceived, and in sins my mother bore me. For behold, you have loved truth, the unseen and hidden things of your wisdom you have shown me. You will sprinkle me with hyssop, and I will be cleansed. You will wash me, and I will be made whiter than snow. You will make me hear of joy and gladness. The humbled bones will rejoice. Turn away your face from my sins, and blot out all mine iniquities. Create a clean heart in me, O God, and renew a right spirit in my inward parts. It's a fresh book. Do not cast me away from your face, and do not take your Holy Spirit from me. Give me back the joy of your salvation, and make me steadfast with a governing spirit. I will teach the lawless your ways, and the impious will turn around to you. Deliver me from blood, O God, God of my salvation, and my tongue will rejoice in your righteousness. Lord, you will open my lips, and my mouth will proclaim your praise. For if you had willed a sacrifice, I would have given it. You will not well will whole burnt offerings. A sacrifice to God is a shattered spirit, a shattered and humbled heart God will not despise. Do good, O Lord, to Zion, in your good pleasure, and the walls of Jerusalem be rebuilt. Then you will be well-will sacrifice of righteousness, offering and whole burnt offerings. Then they will offer calves upon your altar. Okay, so right away, in case you hadn't noticed, quite a few terms in here that you wouldn't normally see in other so-called translations. I love, where is it? Okay, the shattered spirit, a shattered and humbled heart. I love that. Like, we're so used to the term broken, it's almost become passé. Oh, everything's broken. I feel broken all the time, but shattered. Oof. Oof. So much more than broken. Shattered. The term well-will sacrifice. Yo, man. There's got to be a note on that, right? Please tell me there's notes on well-will. Let's go way back quick. Notes. All right. I'm sorry, folks. I know. What is Koine? Work. That's not what I'm looking for. Translation, Philosophy, and Practices. Wow, okay. This is going to be a little deeper to dig into than I thought. So I'll get back to you on that part. Yeah. Oh, wait. Here we go. Bear with me. Bear with me. Blah, 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 blah. 43, 45. No, nothing. I don't know. It's not in there. Anyway, so, okay, so that's... Either way, so far I'm happy with it. I mean, why wouldn't I be, right? Let's check in with the chat right quick. Oh, hey, Dave Watts is here. What's happening, brother? Steve A's here. Oh, listen, let me tell you guys. I always got to blow up these guys' spots when they show up in the chats. Dave Watts and Steve A have done more for this show than I could possibly ever give thanks or pay for. So, but yeah, this was a gift from my mom. I had this knife once before. It was also a gift. And then I lost it like not long before I left for the monastery, and I was bugging out over it. So when I get back from the monastery, she bought me a new one, and so I've had this one for 6 years now, and I cannot. This will no longer stay tight, no matter. I lost one of the screws already, so eventually I'll send it in for them to fix it, or either that or just. Oh, when I see my brother on Christmas, I'll just get some Teflon tape from him and re-screw those in. But yeah, anyway, so I love this knife. It is my EDC. Yeah, Randy, shattered and well-willed. I can't wait to read the notes in here, so I can understand why he chose that. I mean, I'm sure that's probably the most direct translation from the codex he was taking it from. Pardon me. Let's see. Which book is expensive? They're all expensive. Yes, well doesn't seem to flow, and that's on purpose, because the idea of this particular translation is that it's supposed to be jarring in certain points to make you slow down and stop rattling things off and actually pray the prayer, pray the psalm, instead of it just kind of being a mouth noises, and I get it. Let's see. Well-willed, favorably, kindly, generously disposed, per old Merriam-Webster. Thank you, honest patriot. That is good to know. What I'm curious as to why he chose that particular translation. And again, I'm sure it's because it's the most accurate to what he was working from. You have stiff competition on YouTube by that Grateful Dead Yule log. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I'm not a hippie, but whatever. Hey, we're back up to 24 viewers, so that's kind of cool. Anyway, so that's that. Hey, I guess it's time to give away another book, isn't it? All right, giveaway number 2. Let's give away a Ukrainian prayer book. Now, again, before we do this giveaway, I don't have them with me. They haven't arrived yet. I haven't put my hands on a copy to review. They were supposed to be here yesterday in time for the show. They're not. So, with this giveaway, we're going to be giving away 2 copies. So this will be copy number 1. If, after, and I will put the review out as soon as I possibly can, as soon as I get them, or at least I'll do a quick overview to let you guys know whether it sucks or not. If you decide you don't want it after that, we can make arrangements, all right? But, so I cannot right now attest to the quality of the book construction. I've seen some pictures and was duly impressed, so I'm taking this on faith. So, with that being said, let's give away a book. Let's give away a Ukrainian English prayer book from the church in Canada, which is where they're coming from, which is why they're taking forever to get here and why they're costing me a month's salary. Let's see here. Let's go into my box of tricks. Why am I still wearing headphones? Probably because they help me focus. Hold on a second here. All right, maybe we'll do some more trivia. Alexander, yeah, you had mentioned that you've been using his translation, and let me tell you something. I like it. I like it. I like the presentation. Listen, I'm a simple guy. I like the presentation. If a book looks good to me, I'll probably enjoy using it. But anyway, okay. You know what? Oh yeah. Okay. Since we're giving away a Ukrainian prayer book, here is a trivia question for you. What color is the full-size Ukrainian prayer book from the American Archdiocese that I've already featured on the channel? First correct answer wins. Go! What is the color of the cover of the full-size edition of the Ukrainian English prayer book from the United States that I first featured on the show? Correct color. First correct answer wins. And don't worry, Robert. We will. There's more than one. Robert Weber. It is dark green. See, it was that easy. Robert Weber, you are a winner. Robert Weber. I gotta write it down. Weber, Ukrainian PB. All right, you know the drill. Email me. orthodoxreview@gmail.com with your pertinent information, and we'll get it to you as soon as possible. Again, I'm waiting for these promotional materials. Well, that's not a promotional material. I'm paying for those. Anyway, so as soon as the books get here, they'll probably get mailed out the next day. My apologies for not having them to put on screen for you. I can't control the speed of the mail, unfortunately. And it's outside the scope of my abilities. But yeah, so well done, Robert Weber. So, damn, Dave, that's cold. Yeah. Well, Alexander makes a good point, but yeah, the one I used was dark green. So, and if you don't believe me, I'll grab it off the shelf. You know, I'm gonna grab it off the shelf anyway because. No, I'm not. Never mind. I don't feel like getting up. All I want to do is sit around and drink water. I haven't really been drinking at all. Or eating, for that matter. I've lost some weight, folks. I'm not going to lie. Doctors got me on Rybelsus to bring my A1C down, and it also has the happy effect of, well, not so much suppressing my appetite as making me feel like my guts are being torn apart every 15 minutes. Needless to say, it doesn't really inspire much of an appetite. I have eaten today, just not a lot. Well, not what I would consider a lot. What most people would consider just a healthy amount of food. So thank God for that. You're back from prayer. Well, that's good. Now I can afford a Wahoo. I missed something in the chat here. Let me jump into the chat here. Imagine selling everything you own, Raph. I'll do you one better, Andy. I've given everything I owned away and started from scratch again. So, there. Back. I don't drink or eat much by default. Randy, you're lucky. Yeah, no, I was drinking pretty heavily. Not heavily, I would say, but I was drinking nightly the past couple months. Just, I'd get home from work, have a couple beers, and then go to bed. But I haven't even really been doing that. I didn't drink last night. The other night I had a cocktail, barely finished it. I had a glass of wine last night. Wine was good. But yeah, no, I just really, I haven't wanted to. It's the medication and God's grace. Um, okay, update on Mama Cat, David. Yeah, she came home for a day, and then my idiot roommate slash landlord person let her out after I explicitly said, please, for the love of God, don't let her out. And now she's gone again. So she was gone for 12 days last time. Let's see how long she stays away this time. Moonshine? No, that's only on special occasions. The gluttony that I engage in is around the holidays. Nimrod, that's most of us, bruh. And I will say, I don't know what's gonna happen on Christmas. I mean, well, okay, so I'm on the new calendar, or whatever. But for Christmas, my brother, he celebrates with his in-laws and stuff on Christmas Eve and the day before, because his wife is working on Christmas. She's a nurse. So he and I, he's a plumber. That's what he does. So after liturgy on Christmas, I'm gonna go with him and unclog toilets for the day. So I'm pretty sure my Christmas dinner will consist of maybe a Jimmy John's or Jersey Mike's or some sort of delicious sub sandwich. I will not eat for a few. Yeah, yeah. The fasting becomes real. The fast is coming to an end. And I will admit, my fast has been it's been better than in the past, but not perfect. Um, I will again thank God for this medication that's keeping me from indulging in food the way I used to, but also just making things unappetizing. Uh, Christmas clogs. Yeah, I am wearing my Birkenstock clogs right now. One of the only 3 pairs of footwear that don't make me hate life when I put them on. I've stopped wearing sneakers altogether. It's just it was a necessity. Okay. Whoa, I missed this. Okay, drinking. For a while, I'd have a little whiskey after work. Gotta finish the bottle off before moving on my Christian college campus. Oh man. Or just hear me out. Or you could just be slick about it, because every man deserves a nice bourbon every now and again. Actually, no, I kind of want some bourbon. No, I don't. My stomach's being stupid. I got some Birkenstocks too. Perfect. Oh yeah, bro. I'm all about Birkenstocks. We can be Birkenstock pals if we show up to liturgy on Sunday. Okay, so what next? So let's take a look at the Lorica real quick. Just, and I'm not gonna give you the full rundown on this. Even though I could pull up the PDF on screen, which I might do. Can we do that? Let's see. Yeah, let's do this. Bear with me, folks. Yeah, my resume. Where is it? Share it with me. Share it with me. Come on. Where is it? Ah, there it is. All right, let's make sure that you guys can see this good. Okay, so let's have a look at the Lorica, shall we? So in PDF form, it's exactly as it is in the physical form, aside from the color. The PDF does have this wonderful color painting of Saint Seraphim Sarov, but it's beautifully laid out. Okay. And once we exit out of this, I'll show you why I have issue with it. As you can see here, the borders are perfect. The problem is in the physical version, those borders are huge, which means that the typeset is tiny, tiny, tiny. Now, to give you an example of how tiny the typeset is. Oh no, I left it on the bookshelf over there. Man, it's tiny, all right? I can't read it. My eyes aren't that good. Well, I can read it. It's just I have to really, really try. So I think maybe, and because it's a print-on-demand book, they can change it at any time they want. I'm gonna get with him and maybe try to help him get it so that it's just a little bigger, fills up the page a little bit more. Just a little formatting work needs to be done is all. But otherwise, it's good. So the contents of the book, there's no table of contents. That's the other thing we really need to take up with him. But aside from that, it's really well played out. And someone was complaining, it's like, well, pretty much it's like, the Eastern Rite with a bunch of Western prayers. And it's like, well, yeah, kind of. So I haven't even gotten through the whole thing in here. So you have a canon for a saint. It doesn't say what saint. Acatist to our father Guthlic of Crowland. Okay, cool. Acatist to the Mother of God, Softener of Evil Hearts, which I think is a great acatist for people to have. I should probably pray it myself. And again, it's there's some stuff in the back, if memory serves. So you have the prayer to the obtained elders. Again, that's Eastern. Okay, the Lorica, or breastplate of St. Patrick. So that's Western. Lorica of St. Fursey. There's a really bold cross there. Lorica, and by the way, Lorica means a breastplate or armor. Lorica was a Roman piece of armor. So Lorica of St. Gildas. Okay, so now there's plenty of Western prayers in here. St. Martin the Merciful, Bishop of Tours. St. Martin, child of Pannonia. To find a spiritual father or mentor, St. Simeon the New Theologian. Saint Elder Ephraim of Arizona, the prayer of our sweetest Jesus. So that's, technically, whatever. Prayer to Saint John Maximovich, Saint Congal. Prayer to the Mother of God in a time of distress by Father Arseni. So a lot of these is Eastern. Sylvester of Rome, Chad of Lichfield. Prayer to all the saints that shone forth in the lands of the West. St. Cuthbert, good stuff. Prayer to Blessed Father Seraphim Rose of Platina. Before using the internet, St. Dwinnen, victims of abortion. And then some of the normal prayers coming into the church, leaving the church, blah, 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 blah. I think every prayer book should probably have them in them after meals. Prayer of parents for children and relatives and friends. There's pretty much standard stuff in here. So not a whole lot of Eastern content, but it's good enough that I would pay for the download. But we'll get into it a little bit more when I do the proper review. Prayer of St. Piusios for the world. The Last Prayer of St. George. And it's a cute little book, all right? It's got its flaws. It's a first edition, all right? I'm not going to fault the guy for it, but, it's a thing. Oh, my guts. I can't tell if that's the thing. Like, I can't tell if it means I've got to put something in me or if my stomach's upset. It's like such an odd sensation. Let's see. What has been given away? Well, so far we've given away one copy of the Anthologion and one copy of the Ukrainian Prayer Book from Canada. There will be more giveaways to come. We will give away another Anthologion. We will give away another Ukrainian Prayer Book. And then the grand prizzle for the evening will be my personal copy of the Anthologion, which is first edition, lambskin cover, lovingly nibbled on by Spooky Cat. It is the financial backers edition. This is my personal copy. I don't want to give it away, but a deal's a deal, and I said I would. So, let's see. I need more blankets and less blankets. I feel you on that one. Yeah, right. Room for note taking. Even the ants need to praise God. This is true. Where can I get that prayer book? Amazon is the answer to that question. You can get it on Amazon. Yeah, Lulu, Amazon, it's all the same. Print on demand, like it's a thing. When does the Discord voice chat go off? I don't know. Whenever you want. It's you don't. I don't need to be there for you guys to use the voice chat. Go right in, have fun. The absolute chat of Whitfield. I'll join if I don't fall asleep too, even though I should sleep. Listen, yeah, dude, you don't have to stay up for this. You can go to sleep whenever you want. We've only been at this for an hour. I've got 3 more giveaways to do and other books to talk about. Dave, I feel you on that. The Anthologion is cool, Robert. I think so. Well, Simon, you might just win an Anthologion. You never know. When will your thumb grow back? Well, I've been rubbing it a lot, trying to stimulate growth. I've also been using Miracle Grow. That doesn't seem to be helping. But maybe if you like, share, subscribe, and support the show, much like our content, the thumb will grow. But I'd love to find a Bible that has an ornate cross and plain cover like the Anthologion. The Orthodox Study Bible's got a nice cross on the cover. Well, the leather soft edition does at least. A lot of Bibles have just crosses on the cover. The Thomas Nelson is pretty good about that sort of thing. I like their Bibles because their printing is second to none as far as the comfort and readability. Let's see. Do I ever come down to Texas? I would love nothing more than to visit Texas. I will be honest with you. Why is it that everything in my life has to revolve around whether or not I can afford things? The only thing keeping me from visiting Texas is the fact that I can't even afford to feed myself. So as soon as I can afford to travel to Texas, you bet your sweet bippy I'll be there. There's a lot of places I'd like to visit. And as the channel grows and as I'm able to afford to do these things, yeah, we'll travel. We'll do meetups. I'll finally be able to finish my documentary on the American Carpathians. I'll be able to go harass Bishop Alexander in Texas. I'll I'll be able to do all sorts of cool things, but that's really up to you guys. I'll do the best I can on my end with what you bless me with on your end. But yeah, no, I'd love to get down to Texas, Dale. I really would. You sleep on the ground because of asceticism. I sleep on the ground because there's a monster under my bed I have to keep my eyes on at all times. It will attack me. We're not the same. Listen, I do too, but Spooky Cat's actually on top of the bed right now, so I need to get a spooky cam. No green thumb? No, it can be. I think I've got a green Sharpie around here somewhere. Wow, there are so many comedians in the chat tonight. Yeah, there are. There's a great Western Rite Parish if you ever get the chance to come down. Absolutely. I'm all about it. Good Western Rite Parish in Wichita Falls. This is also true, Randy. In Fort Worth, yes. There's one in Wichita, Kansas, as far as I know. I think there's one in Florida that a friend of mine goes to. There's, of course, the very famous one up north from here, St. Patrick's, in no, I forget where it's at, but I've been using their prayer book in the morning with my friend Michael. They're the Western Rite Church that puts out all those albums. They put out like 3 albums of Western Rite music that are just absolutely gorgeous. Spooky Cat stole the bed, so he sleeps on the floor now. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. Although I probably should. My back just kills, so the floor is probably a better place for me. Speaking of Western Rite stuff, let's take a look at something that's not necessarily orthodox, but still cool. Let's take a look at this Anglican office book that I was sent. And now I'm familiar with a lot of these Western books, primarily because of my past in the Western Church, and also I collect. Not everything I have goes on the show, folks. Sometimes I just collect for the sake of collecting. Now, it's really, really well printed. St. Andrew's Academy, Chester, California. So this is from 2 years ago. So wow, okay. Let's bring the camera down because this is really, really pretty. Yeah, get really up close and personal. You ready? Look at that, right? That's gorgeous. So, it's worth noting, I guess, that this is like a splinter group from the Episcopal Church, because these absolute chads don't believe in having women bishops. So good for them. They're still heterodox, but their heart's in the right place. They're on their way. But so I will say, one issue that I have with like the forward and stuff like that is that the typeset it's a bit tight. But looking at the table of contents, you have pretty much the entire office book of like the Book of Common Prayer, pretty much, right? In a truncated form. And then you have the daily office and then the propers. And so it's actually, the way it's laid out is pretty cool. So you have Psalms and lessons for the year, right? And even song, that sort of thing. Let's jump ahead. I did set a few of these bookmarks, but not all of them. So, like this is day 8 morning prayer at Matins. So these are the Psalms, right? Just like the whole Psalter in there. And it's really, really well laid out. It does have the antiphons. What I like about this over, say, the monastic breviary is that it's, because it's a fresh, it's been retypeset. It's really beautiful. And despite, and this is one thing, like this is how you can tell someone really put some time and effort into the typesetting. When you have a small point typeset, like this is maybe 7 points, 7.5 point, but the spacing makes all the difference in the world. Very, very readable. So here we have Matins. Okay, we're gonna skip ahead to, let's see. So this was, you have Matins through the week. Right? And then the Psalms. And it tells you, okay, so, like, Saturday Matins would be, I don't know where in the Psalter that is, Saturday Matins. Whatever, you go by the day of the month. You have the lessons, blah, blah, blah. It's really well laid out. And there's not a whole lot of back and forth flipping because they took the time to just put the prayers where they need to be in the flow of the service, which was one of my biggest complaints about the monastic breviary. It was not reformatted; it was just reprinted from the is it Cambridge or was it? No, the other, whatever. So yeah, so evensong or vespers, whatever you want to call it. Again, really well laid out. And then we have, okay, what's today? So today's what, the 20th? I don't know what the Orions are, but I guess that's a thing. But anyway, so I mean, it's a neat little book if you're into collecting this sort of thing. Seasonal anthems of the Blessed Virgin Mary. You got an index of feasts, and again, these are all going to be like going to be some post-schism stuff in here, folks. But again, this is for the collectors. The 1549 Table of Lessons. So going back to right around the time they became heretics from the other heretics. The 62 Table of Lessons. That's pretty neat. So there's some cool resources in here. But all in all, I mean, and again, it's beautifully bound. It uses that, got the really good textured tag paper here. So that's pretty rad. And sewn binding. How many bookmarks we got? 6. Really lends itself to be opened. And Our Lady of Wallingham, St. Dunstan of Canterbury, and Blessed John Mason Neale, whoever that is, intercede unto the Lord our God for all who are prayerfully use this book. I don't know, it's cool. So I'm looking to like spend a little more time in that, and maybe do an episode on it if there's enough call for it. Only because it is so much of an improvement over the breviary that we've previously gone over. So I think it's worth doing kind of a side-by-side comparison. Let's check in with the chat. Hey, Michael! Michael Binkley, Oxford, thank you. I was having a brain fart. Big old brain fart. But yeah, this is pretty neat. Let's see. Wow. Wow, you guys are just... Priest 55 English translation of the Roman. I'm reading. Incense doesn't bother me. I could have stayed there until I got lung cancer. Amen. Hey, Olga! Oh my goodness, you were able to make it. Well, we've taken a look at another book, so it's time to give away another book. Okay, so this is round 2 on Anthologions. We're going to give away another Anthologion. This, of course, will be the second edition Anthologion of the Anthologion. So not my personal copy. That one's later. So let's see what question. What question should I pose? How bad do you guys really want an Anthologion? Bad. I mean, we could do a pick a number thing. We could do a saint trivia. Bible trivia. Man, I really need to plan these things out a little better. Oh, show trivia. Yeah, show trivia. Okay. Let's see. I'm drawing a blank here, kids. All right. How about this? First press. As some of you may or may not know, my legal name is Adam Fiedler. I go by Adam, middle name, Raphael Fiedler. Middle name. What's my middle name? First correct answer wins an Anthologion. If you figured out my middle name somehow, or if you guess it correctly, you win. So, what's my middle name? Good. This will make you guys work for it a little bit, huh? Or it'll just be fun watching y'all guess. How about this? Let's do this. We'll do the top up, so I can show you guys what Spooky Cat's up to. And there she is, her royal spookiness. Spooky Cam. I should put that on screen, right? Spooky Cam. Let's whoa, my gosh. No, Raphael's not my middle name. That's just my chrismated name. Oh, this is fun. Oh, yeah. Keep going. No one's gotten it yet. Uncle Ruckus. My name is Uncle Ruckus. No relation. No, it's not Uncle Ruckus. Not Michael. And that's Simon. You have not won. But like it wasn't Michael or Benjamin or Richard the first time. It's not Josh. It's not Robert. Antonio. That would be pretty cool. Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. That's right, Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. I love you, Olga. No, it's not. Not Daniel. Engelbert. Peabody. I love all these cartoon references. I love it. Speaking of cartoon references, there's a hint for you. My middle name is the name of a cartoon. Oh, yeah. So hopefully that helps. There's a hint. My middle name is a cartoon. Yes, my middle name is Big Chungus. I wish. Come on, my middle name's a cartoon. You can do this, folks. I believe in you. Someone's got to know. Someone. ICXCNIKA! You're a winner. It is Douglas. My goodness, he got it. It's Douglas. You win. You win an Anthologion, bruh. All right. And based screen name. All right, man. You want an Anthologion? Hit me up. orthodoxreview@gmail.com. Can't believe you guessed correctly. But yeah, that's pretty rad. So hey, winner chicken dinner. Winner Anthologion dinner. I'm trying to stay out of the way so I don't disturb the spooky cam. Also, I'm trying not to smoke on camera because I don't know. I don't know if it'll get demonetized or not. You know what? I don't even think I have like super chats or anything set up right now. Not that it matters. No one ever really sends anything anyway. But it's like nice to dream. Now, Adam is my first name. So my legal name, now that you know, is Adam Douglas Fiedler. I go by Adam Douglas Raphael Fiedler. So there you go. Yeah, good job on the guess. Krista Graham. That's pretty cool. Very good work. And Olga, huge props to you for the Doug Dimmadome reference. Dale Dimmadome. Owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. Dale Dimmadome. Owner of the Dimsdale. I practiced that line so hard, so long, so that I could do it because I still trip on it. Dale Dimmadome. Owner of the Dale Dimmadome. Owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. It's almost a tongue twister. But anyway, so that's. Look like I'm in the shadows here. Hey, there we go. Make it sort of see me. I don't know. No, I'm all for it. It is Dale Dimmadome, right? Or is it Doug Dimmadome? Because if it was Doug Dimmadome, then technically you won as well. I gotta go back up there. What did you say? Oh no. Hold on. It's not like I don't have more stuff to give away. It is. Okay, Olga. Technically, you won. All right, so ICXC, Nika, you're still getting an Anthologion. Olga, you technically won. So here's what I'm going to do. I make the rules around here, all right? I make the rules. My show, I make the rules. Olga, rejoice. Is it Dale Dibadome? All right. No. That's it. We got to go to the internet on this one. Got to go to the internet on this one. Is it Dale Dibadome? D-A-L-E. Dib. It is Dale Dibadome. It's Dale Dibadome, owner of the Dimsdale Dibadomes. So, oof. Good save. You don't have to give up anything because it's Dale Dibadome. I was wondering why it was rolling off the tongue. Dale Dibadome. Or whether it was Dale Dibadome. A little Mandela effect, right? Don Dibadome. Is Dale Dibadome. Here, check this out. Yeah, it's right there. Beautiful color for you. Dale Dibadome. Dale. You know what? That Mandela effect is some weird stuff. You know, we trick our minds into saying, remembering weird things. You know what? In fact, one of my favorite Mandela effect things to discuss is Star Wars. Okay, we're kind of going off script here a little bit, but people constantly say, "Luke, I am your father," and that's kind of like that's in the zeitgeist. It's out there, but and you know, even I knew this and have always known this, and can go back and show you the script, show you the movie. The line is, "No, I am your father," because okay, so the whole scene plays out. Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father. Luke says, "He told me enough. He told me you killed him." And to which Vader says, "No, I am your father." So it was never, "Luke, I am your father." It was never like this stupid standalone line. But that's the Mandela effect for you. What it is, it's the trick of the mind. We subconsciously trick ourselves into remembering things a certain way. So it's Dale Dibadome. That's the end of the story on that one. That's right. No, I am your father. Yeah, that's right. Yo wiki says it's Doug. Listen. See, Dale even says that's his great uncle. So, like, you're going to have to take it up with him. Honest, yeah. No, it's Dale Dibadome. That's owner of the Dimsdale Dibadome. That's that. We should probably look at another book in a minute here, huh? We got about a half an hour to go on the stream, folks. And I have not made one red penny tonight, and that's okay. I got water. Hey, if you want the show to be better, check the links below. We want to take this full time so we can actually read all these books and review all of these books and bring all these books to you so we can actually have the discussions and maybe be a little less uneducated than we already are. Just so you know, we talked about earlier in the stream, I have a stack of books right here on the desk. I've got Antichrist, the Fulfillment of Globalization. I've got Meanings of Our Life in Orthodox Liturgy, the 50 Spiritual Homilies of St. Macarius the Great, the Eschatological Hymns and Homilies of St. Ephraim the Syrian, the Departure of the Soul Reader's Edition. I've got several books on the shelf over there that I still haven't finished yet. What I need is the time to devote to reading these books so I can get these reviews to you. And I have one day off a week from my job. It's Tuesdays. Today is Tuesday. I spend half of my day writhing in pain because of my body's just giving up on me. And I spend the rest of my day frantically trying to get through some books and failing miserably. So what the show needs is time. And time, unfortunately, costs money. So if we want to build a better show, share this with your friends, neighbors, parishioners, whatever. Share the show. Get it out there. If you can afford it, support the show. Patreon for as little as $1 a month. Channel memberships for as little as $1 a month. If you don't want to go through there, we've got a PayPal tip jar. We've got a Cashapp. Money that goes to these things, assuming that I can actually afford my bills from my day job, go directly into the show to pay for materials, pays the subscription costs on my editing software, on the streaming software, things like that. Once we break that ceiling of like, okay, now the show's bringing in enough money where I can not have to work the day job and spend more time on the show, for the show, reading the materials, taking the time to really thoroughly read in a timely fashion these books, which I desperately want to get through, so that I can bring them to you. So yeah, so if that's something you'd be interested in, you want to be a part of that, the links are below. The patrons I have right now, you guys are a blessing. Okay, I'll be as transparent as I can with finances right now. Patreon, the show is bringing in roughly $250 a month, and that is despite the fact that I very rarely lately have had the time to create Patreon exclusive content. Not for lack of trying, just don't have the time. So again, the more support the show gets, the more I can give of it. Now in ad revenue, I'm still under $100 a month for ad revenue. The payout threshold for ad revenue on YouTube is $100 a month. So what adds into that is channel memberships, super chats, super thanks. Now, super thanks are there for every episode. Super chats, I would imagine, are available unless I forgot to turn them on. I think I have to turn it off, but whatever. It doesn't matter. So, and then occasionally people will like throw bucks in the tip jar or whatever. Unfortunately, I've not done a very good job of keeping track of that stuff because 9 times out of 10 it's like, oh, thank God, I can get an Uber to work today because of John or Jane Doe over here helping out. So the more support the show gets, and this is how every YouTube channel works. I mean, it's unfortunate, but it's true. The more support the show gets, the better the show gets because the more time can be afforded to put into that content. Back when I was working at the vape shop, the content was better because I had more time to sit around and read. That's why, back when I was working there, 32 episodes. I've got 32 episodes. I created a new playlist, by the way, for you guys. 32 episodes on just Orthodox books. Not even just not prayer books, just Orthodox books in general. 32 episodes. And I haven't done a good one in ages because I don't have enough time. And I hate that. I want to do these things. Not just for my own edification, which, I need that too, but for y'all as well. Like, that's why you're here, right? You want to hear about books. Well, I need time to read the books. So that's my rant on that. Links below, yada, yada, yada. Hey, Olga. I convinced you to spend money for this joke? Gosh, I guess I need to check in with the chat. Really shouldn't be smoking in here. Why are there slight differences between East and West concerning colors relating to the Mother of God? West blue and white, East blue and red. Good question. So in the West, blue and white. So you have blue, because it's that holy thing, right? And you have white because of her virginity, purity. Whereas in the West, in the East, the color red is usually associated with humanity. So that's why you see, like with icons of Christ, his undergarment is red, and his overgarment is blue, right? Is that right? Yes, because it's humanity clothed. I hope I'm getting this right. It's because it's humanity with divinity, whereas Mary, it's red covering because she is human, and blue underneath because she holds the divine, held the divine. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I got that right. I'm just going from memory here. I'm pretty sure we could probably pull the law of God off the shelf and look up the correct, like, proper explanation for that. But yeah, so red and blue is divinity and humanity. Blue and white is divinity and purity. So there you go. Let's see. Cheers, Randy. Oh, she's human and oh, well, you answered the question for me. I didn't even have to. See, I don't need to do this show anymore. You guys got this. Oh, the monetary. Oh, 1054. You cheeky bugger with your schism jokes. Why is Michael in red? The Christ that Theotokos red and white is sort of a thing. Yin yang. Okay, that's yeah. In a sense, yeah, because it's you're looking at two different natures. With Christ, it's his dual natures is fully divine and fully man, but with the Theotokos, it's that she is fully human and contained the divine. It's very different. Dude, Prague Church is live streaming. We should watch. No, let's not say we did. Let's try to avoid heresy at all costs, shall we? Actually, speaking of avoiding heresy, Father Peter Here's Orthodox Ethos posted a clip, a short today, on avoiding heresy. And people like to talk a lot of smack about him. I think a lot of it's unwarranted. Maybe his audience isn't the nicest group of cats in the world, but But he made it pretty clear that, like, we are no one to condemn entire jurisdictions or communities because of the heresy of an individual, whether it's a bishop or priest or whatnot, and that we should pray, because this has happened throughout the ages and will continue to happen. It's not the church's first rodeo with this sort of thing. So I highly recommend you go give it a listen. I play it because I don't want to get a copyright strike. Progressive church. Ugh. Yes, correct, Dale. Correctamundo. Let's see. So let's do this. I haven't even cracked the cover on this book yet. So this came from St. Anthony's Monastery, and I gotta say again, they have. Wow. Okay, it says in the back here, right? This is a full list. They have 57 volumes. 57 volumes like this that are in competition with the SVS Popular Patristic series. These are the superior books, okay? They're translated by Orthodox translators, not Fortamites, not Protestants, not nothing. Sure, they're a little larger in size, but that also makes for them to be a little easier to read. Man, that binding is solid. Where are these things printed anyway? Oh, by the way, St. Anthony's, oh, yeah, so the monastery is Sagom Press. Sagom, St. Anthony's Greek Orthodox Monastery. Get it? Anyway. Translated by M.F. Toll and Henry Burgess, amended. This is from 2019. Let's see, hymns and homilies. We got, repentance is the first one. Let's see if we can find one about the Nativity in here. We got on the second coming and the last judgment, on the Antichrist and consummation, prayer for the future life. Wow, okay, there's not much in here, but it's heavy. Let's see. Prayer for the Future Life is the final entry in here on page 143. Prayer for the Future Light. The saint prays that he may obtain blessedness after death. Wow, like there's like sections. Each of these prayers is like a mini book in itself. Okay, so in these the sections in this prayer are as follows. The saint prays that he may obtain blessedness after death. Let us at the same time pray for this life. This is interesting. The reception of the sacraments, the cross, and grace, how much they avail to the resurrection of the dead. And I wish they had put these subsections in the table of contents, but avenge me, O Lamb of my body, in prayer. Deliver me from my adversary. Deliver me, Lamb, in pardon. I'm sorry. Deliver me, O Lamb, in prayer from my body, from my enemy at the judgment. Be thou a mild judge, giving a reward to the one who returns to the right mind, to a right mind. We are immersed as in a sea in the unceasing impulses of our bodies. Cleanse our soul, Lord, from the stains of our infamy. Pardon me. We cry out to thee from the billows, O wise sailor, send us a fair wind, that it may bear us through danger to safety. I arose at midnight, O Lord, that in the midst of affliction I might give praise to thee, Psalm 118:62, to offer thee a sacrifice of praise, O just judge, for thou art not propitious towards our daily deceptions and offenses, yet, Lord, you knowest how our soul longs for goodness. Then he seeks pardon and grace. The consummation of his prayer to our Lord Jesus Christ, I guess, is kind of like the end of the prayer. O Jesus, who humbled the majesty that thou might raise up the unfortunate who have grown proud, may thy grace be increased in us, that step by step we may ascend to thy love. My sinfulness is beyond words, nor could the sea wash me clean. Yet this have I said, this do I say, that thy love is greater than my offenses. The waves of the sea are fewer than my sins, yet if weighed in the balance with thy love, they are nothing. Though I may be a receptacle of all evils, and though the mountains should flee from before my wickedness, yet with thy love, I do not fear to call myself righteous. Heavy. But yeah, so there's, how many did I say? 57 volumes in this series. And again, this is my first time cracking the cover on this. There is a little blurb in here about the series, and I think maybe we should give it it's only a paragraph long, and it's worth noting that the book is laid out beautifully. Really, really well laid out, and it's the cover material is that like kind of soft oak tag stuff that I've been harping on about how much I love it because it's got a great texture to it. The Holy Fathers of our Church are empirical theologians. They acquire knowledge of God not by rational speculation, but by direct experience. Their writings are therefore excellent guides for the faithful, showing us the way to attain a similar experience and ultimately to salvation. This series presents reprints of essential theological works of the Holy Fathers in English translation, lightly edited to replace unfamiliar archaisms and to correct the translation of key theological terms against the original language text. That means they made sure it's orthodox. The selection of the text, editing, and layout is carried out by monks at St. Anthony's Greek Orthodox Monastery in order to make these works available in printed editions featuring solemn, dignified language, minimal footnotes and preparatory material, and a spacious single-column format. So, not for the big brains, it's for the rest of us. So, right on. So, yeah, well, they actually, in addition to this series, they also print Way of the Pilgrim, which I think I've got a copy of around here somewhere. Maybe I don't. That's one of those books that I'm like constantly giving away to people. But we have them at our church bookstore because they were always asking me, oh, what books should we carry? Where should we get them from? So, yeah, I'm the guy. Let's see, man. We're closing in on the end of the night here. So, I've got to give away another Ukrainian prayer book, and I've got to give away my personal copy of the Anthologion, first edition, financial backers edition, lambskin cover, lovingly nibbled by Spooky Cat. You could probably clone her with some DNA out of that corner. All right. Here's what we're going to do. Maybe I'll save the Ukrainian prayer book for the next live stream. Next Tuesday. And we'll just give this one away. How's that sound? Y'all want my Anthologion? Y'all want this? Y'all want this? Let's do it. Let's give it away. Give it away. Give it away now. Hey, here's a joke for you. Why did the truck driver dump a trailer full of Red Hot Chili Peppers records under the bridge? Because they couldn't give them away. I do not like the Red Hot Chili Peppers. All right, so let's see. You guys are having a great conversation there. I don't really want to get in them. Okay, so let's go. My personal copy of the Anthologion that I don't want to give away. We're giving it away. I'm going to kick myself for this. I really am, because as a collector, it's like, ouch! You know, I was proud to be a part of this. All right. I'm not going to make this one easy on you, folks. The middle name thing was cute and fun. Let's see. See this red bookmark here? Let's have a guessing game. What's my red bookmark on? Have fun with that one. First correct answer wins. What is my red bookmark marking in my Anthologion? Do. Yeah, that's right. Big oof, Alexander. Red bookmark. What's it marking? No. Come on. Nope. Nope. Come on. You can do it. There's only so many things in the book. What is my red bookmark? Hold the page for. I don't want to know what's in your pocket. No, it's not Compline. Not evening prayers. I wish it was a book of needs. Actus, weekly tone. No. Nope, not Vespers. Lorica, that's cute. What is the red bookmark marking in my Anthologion? See, Randy's smart. He's thinking, okay, he saw where in the book roughly the red bookmark is. John, I gotta stick by what I said. I mean, I said I was gonna give it away. That was like advertised, you know. You're gonna have to be a little more specific, y'all. You're on the right track. I mean, someone in the chat was close. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But I gotta be a little more specific. Come on, I believe in you. I know you guys can do this. Come on. The Psalter's not in there, Andy. Here. Looky here. Come on. Come on, you can do it. Where's the red bookmark? Where is it? Where is it? Come on, you can do it. Man, y'all got till I'm done with this cigarette, and then we're calling it off. Hey, Justin! Justin Messer! 6th hour! Woo! Winner, winner, chicken dinner! It's the 6th hour! Justin Messer! You win. Congratulate him, everybody. Justin Messer. Big winner. Justin, send me an email, orthodoxreview@gmail.com, with your information. We'll get this out to you ASAP. Everybody, congratulate Justin Messer on winning my damn Anthologion. Kick myself for this one. That's all right. Just a book. Bravo, bravo, bravo. There you go. We have a winner. And we've only got, 3 minutes left in the stream. That's enough time to finish the cigarette, rattle off a few things, and maybe go out and get myself a Gatorade or something. Oh, wait, I can't. I'm broke. Ha ha. That's neither here nor there. Probably have a snack, though. I do need to put something in my stomach. Hey, someone mentioned Book of Needs earlier. Small Book of Needs is going back into print in January, from what I'm told. So be on the lookout for that. The second edition of the Anthologion, in case you didn't already know, has a ton of corrections. If you go to the St. Ignatius Orthodox Press webpage, they have a detailed breakdown of exactly what was changed in the second edition. So that's there. So those resources are there. As soon as the books arrive from Legacy Icons, thank you, David, Legacy Icons, and St. Ignatius Orthodox Press for providing the books to give away this evening. Huge thanks to them. And then as well as the Ukrainian books, as soon as they show up, and again, they were supposed to be here yesterday. They're not here yet. As soon as they arrive, those prizes will get mailed out, assuming that you did email me with the correct mailing information. Also, we will have copies of the Ukrainian prayer book for sale. It's not something I like to do, but I have to offset the cost somehow. So that's a thing. If you like what's going on here, you want to support the show, you want to see more books, you want to see more reviews of books that aren't just prayer books, but other Orthodox books, treaties, spiritual texts, commentaries, all that fun stuff that I'm trying desperately to read in what little free time I have. Links below to support the show. Let's literally buy some time to make this a better show, because you guys are awesome. You deserve better. I want to give you better, and I hate myself for not being able to give you better right now. So let's make Orthodox Review great again. Anyway, okay, so we got 1 minute left in the stream because I'm trying to stick to a timetable here. God, I love you all. Listen, on behalf of Spooky Cat, her mom, wherever she may be, and myself, a blessed feast of St. Ignatius of Antioch, the God-bearer, of St. John of Kronstadt, a man with a heart for Christ. Thank you all so much for hanging out, and congratulations again to all the winners. Thanks everyone for supporting the show by viewing, by sharing, by all the great stuff, and making my life have some sort of purpose, and allowing me to continue this ministry with you. Go to church, say your prayers, remember God. God bless you all. Let's finish the fast in righteous fashion, and we will see you all in the next episode, and we'll have another live stream next Tuesday. So 5, 4, 3, 2 seconds left. I love you. Good night. God bless you. don't smoke, it's bad for you, and it'll kill you.